Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today, that's right, you can see in the background, I'm here at Grand Illusion, which means Emerging Millionaire t-shirt, hoodie, coming out soon. In fact, in the next 48 hours, you're gonna see the new logo. I'm gonna post up the pre-logo before we do anything. But this is gonna be, we're gonna be talking about ways to get business funding with revenue qualifications. No docs, we're gonna go over quite a few of them today. No vendor trade line, no vendor credit on these. So please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back. Well, today we're going to talk about business credit, business funding with no vendors, not even building business credit, but of course it's going to be based on your revenue, based on you receiving some sort of income. But first, it's a little story time, all because it ties into what I'm going to be talking about today. If you need to get funding for your business, your product, your service, whatever you're selling, here's how it all goes down. I went to Basel World in Switzerland. A lot of you have never heard of Basel World. Baselworld. Some of you may have watched the community posts over the last year, and you've seen me with Rolex, Patek Philippe pictures. That was at Basel World in Switzerland, where the world's most expensive watch brands basically put a store, 2,000, 3,000 square foot stores and it's not even a store. You cannot buy anything, but their display is 2,000 or 3,000 square foot displays. They sell watches, 20 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, 300 grand, 400 grand. And I'm walking around and they're going, I want some of this. This is unbelievable. All right. So I'm on the Stop Struggling Now's page. Thank you, everybody. We're over 4,000 subscribers. I appreciate your support. Thank you. And please share the videos and please like the videos like I always say. That helps us out. So anyhow, back to the watch. So I sat there and I'm saying that's part of the reason why I went there is because Swiss watches have a little cachet around the world. And even though they're made for maybe $500, you can sell it for 3 grand. Sell it for 5 grand. So I knew this already because I'm a wholesale kind of guy from when I was a kid. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, some of these watches, yeah, people are buying them for this $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, but that's fine. But I know it doesn't cost that much to make these things. So I go over to Basel World, I hang out, and I'm going around, and then like I told some of you before, I'm going back on the little shuttle from Zurich, and there's a magazine article there, and it's from this it's just a basic Switzerland magazine, and I'm starting to go through it, and I thumb through and I see this thing that says you want your Swiss watches made white label. For all those that don't know, white label simply means that it's nondescript. It doesn't have the name on there, so whatever company name you come up with, that's what's going to be on your watch. And Swiss made, and a company that's been in business for 80, 90 years. And I started looking through their watches because they do have a website. And in fact, I'm going to show you this website right here if you want to get into the watch biz. Swiss made watch biz. Because you can get watch movements from Japan, of course China, Italy, a few other places. But Swiss watches, you tend to get more bang for your buck. So as you can see here, chronowatch.ch, I'll put a description in the link down below. But for all those watching or listening on the podcast, chronowatch.ch. So that's C as in Charles, H-R-O-N as in Nancy, O-W-A-T as in Tom, C-H dot C-H, because they're in Switzerland. So anyhow, you can see on the screen, Even these watches you see up here at the top, some of you have seen these around the world selling for thousands of dollars, not knowing that that company actually had these guys make it in Switzerland, put their brand on there, and then sell it for thousands of dollars. You can see here Swiss made promotional and private label watches. Same as white label. Private label means the same thing. Put my name, my logo on the watch. And I don't have to pick this, even if these three up here you see with the colors. The beauty of this is I can change the dial colors. I can instead of this green color from this black watch here, I can change it to have a blue dial or red markers. I can change the hands themselves, different style hands, so then you make it your own. Whatever you see, you can make. So that makes it your own, but the thing is, you're backed by Swiss factory making Swiss watches with Swiss movements, higher value. And as you can see, people may not understand terminology when somebody says M as in Mary, OQ, MOQ, and that basically means minimum order quantity. All right, minimum quantity of 25 pieces only. That's what they have here. Short delivery time. I'll tell you right now, their short delivery time is not short delivery like how we think in America, 1, 2, 3 weeks. It's like 3 months, 2 months. Okay, it's not something that they make up. Think about this. Around the world, they have maybe hundreds of other people having their watches made at this same factory. Okay, other companies. So this right here is what I was thinking that I was going to be doing, is making watches. And as you can see, these guys, as you can see, this nice watch down here on the right, and it's already branded with somebody's brand name. I can't read it. But this right here probably sells for thousands of dollars somewhere. Branding. And we've talked about colors. This is why I talked about colors of branding in a previous video. Now you understand why certain things are colored a certain way for their logos or their watch faces or the branding. There's a reason for that. All right? Now, let's get down to business because I'll show you this real quick. Here is actually what I was going to do. Massimiliano, he was going to, I was working with him, and you could see right here, these were the costs in Swiss francs, of course, which means if it's $152 in Swiss, that's probably 175-ish for USD, for dollars, something like that. So anyhow, minimum order, like they said, and in some, as you can see down here, these 10 pieces, these are automatic watches, Swiss movements, Etta or Ronda, I can't remember which one, but you can see this is very important. It was $537 per watch, which means that's roughly probably about $600. I could sell that watch for $3,000 or more. It's an automatic Swiss movement. So that's what was going on in my head. Now, the thing about watches are the Rolex, everybody knows, the Patek Philippe, APs, all this people have heard of that cost thousands of dollars. My problem was always I hated this 40 millimeter. 38, 40 millimeter is like a woman's watch to me. I'm like, it's like so dainty. That's the way I've always felt about it, so that's why I never really cared for those watches. I was like, that's just like a little girl's watch to me. Nobody made bigger watches. So these guys, they actually had a watch that was 45 millimeter, 47 millimeter, was like the largest that they make. I can live with 45 millimeter. I can live with 47 millimeter. I like that style. So I was getting ready to make these watches. Some of these are smaller, like, but you can see the name, Arena, Master, Captain models. They're over 40 millimeters because, like I said, I was going to come out with a bigger type thing because at Basel World, everybody has these little dainty watches, except for Schwarzenegger's watches. I can't remember who they were branded by, but his watches were like a 47, 40, it had to be 47 or 45, but I think they were closer to 47 millimeters. And those were nice, big, rugged. And I was like, man, that's the ones I want to make Where can I get those? And that's when I ran into these guys where I could actually get a 47 millimeter from these guys, but it wasn't as rugged. But anyhow, that's how it all started. And as you can see here, minimum order quantity, again, 25 pieces. And then for automatic watches, it's 10 pieces. And just so you know, automatic watches, you get more, you can charge more when it's a Swiss movement. All right, versus a Chinese movement, versus a Japanese movement. An NH35, for instance, has been around. It's bulletproof, but it's still a Japanese movement. To me, I can't sell an NH35 as much as high a price or as a high profit as a Swiss movement. So anyhow, that's how this all started out. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys an idea on what we're talking about, and then you have to figure out, if I had to order all these products, I had to sit there and go, okay, I don't really like coming out of pocket, right? I always say this: you make your money when you start your business. If you don't have to spend that much money to start your business and you can start making profit right away, then you're way ahead of the game, and you're not stressing either. So here's what I did. I said, okay, let me figure out how I can get funding. Well, this is what we're going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, how we can get funding. Now, without having a business, without having an LLC. How about that? I won't even get into that. We won't even talk about that. But what we are going to talk about is the last video I did business funding, and I did not even mention the business credit builder program that I have. It's $1,499 now. That expires January 31st. February 1st, it's going up. The reason why, this is an online business builder program. Once you sign up, you can start from scratch. Your business name, as you can see, going down this list, your business name credibility check. Check the last video that I did in building your business. Your name does matter as far as what type of business funding you can get down the road. It helps you assist with your EIN setup, which you get from irs.gov. You can already do. You can go to D&B, Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax, and get your business set up there. Your business phone credibility check, but if you did Opus Virtual Offices, you have a business phone. You have 411 already, and everybody knows you have to get your website and email has to match your business name. How many people in here have a business called ABC Plumbing, but then when you say, hey, I need to send you an email, they call it abcplumbing@gmail. Underwriters are going to say, okay, he's not really in business. That needed to say at eric@abcplumbing.com. Okay? You have to have a website. Your email address has to match your business. Let's get real. If somebody's going to give you $50,000, are you going to sit there and go, okay, this guy has an @hotmail.com address, doesn't have a website, but let's give him 50 grand? Come on, ain't going to happen. Bank and merchant setups, no big deal. Anybody can do that. Business credit report and score training. In fact, even though this is a program, this is online, this helps you do more. What I'm trying to say is, with each step that you get to, it only allows you to go to the next step after you complete the first step. So this keeps you on course. And the thing you have to remember is, once you know this for one business, you can do it for all of your businesses. So now you're saying, hey, I have ABC Plumbing, but now I have ABC Consulting. You start setting up the business credit for that business as well, an LLC. A corporation, DBA doesn't count, sole proprietorship doesn't count. So all this is online and you're going step by step, but hold up, there's more. So see, what happens when you have a question? Everybody knows you can reach me at eric@stopstrugglingnow.com. No problem. Ask me questions. I give it out for free right now. But here, you can pick up the phone and talk to somebody for 1 full year about setting up your business credit. And this online tutorial actually gets you into, now after you finish your Quill, your Granger, your Uline, after you get your WEX fleet card, what's next? this goes to the next level, what you can apply for, that you qualify for, based on what you've already done. So the software tells you what you can apply for. What more can you ask for? You can pick up the phone and talk to somebody and say, hey, what should I do next? Or this is how I've done. You have 1 year once you sign up. Now you get up to your 10, 11, 12 business accounts, trade lines, and you say, hey, I want funding. 5 years you can call up somebody and say, hey, I need funding for my business. Can I get a little help? What can we do? 5 years you have that after you sign up through this program. And as you can see, we help with unsecured, no doc, 0% financing, personal guarantee, not needed. There's a reason. It's because of revenue. You have to be in business, like I keep saying. You want to start right now. You season everything, whether your business is 0 to 1 year old, 1 year old to 2 year old. The older your business is, the better it is for you to get business funding, lines of credit, business credit cards. Just gets easier and easier as your age gets older and older. So you got to remember these kind of things. You have to be in business, the business of business. So without further ado, there's more to it, but you can go to the website. I'll have a link down below at stopstrugglingnow.com. And then you can see the / business credit builder, and that'll take you to this page. And if you want to sign up, you hit me up in an email. Now, with all that said, back to the watch story. So what happened? I'm sitting here saying, okay, I don't want to use my own money. So of course, we have crowdfunding. Everybody may have heard of Kickstarter, Indiegogo, GoFundMe. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm proposing that you do the same thing. It doesn't cost you anything in most cases. It does cost you time. It does cost you effort. It does cost you going around on the internet to try to partner with other people so they help get the word out. Or you might have to pay for some sort of advertising to get the word out online. So run an ad on a YouTube, a Facebook, an Instagram, a LinkedIn, whatever you want to do. But there are websites and forums that help people to get this established, as well as the companies themselves. So let's start with GoFundMe. You can go to GoFundMe, you sign up, and there's a myriad of reasons why somebody's on GoFundMe. Okay? So again, if you want to start a business, go to GoFundMe. It's simple. Starting is easy, 0% platform fee, but we all know somebody's got to get paid somewhere, right? So I'm not going to get into it because all this you can go see and figure it out yourself. It's not that hard. So crowdfunding, which is a GoFundMe type of thing, is when people around the world find out about your project and then they're saying, I'm going to back you. And when they're backing you, what you would do is you're saying, for my case, the watches, and I say, okay, I'm going to offer the automatic watch. I know it cost me $537 or $600 roughly. I know I'm going to sell it retail wise for $3,500. So anybody who backs me, I'm going to give you this watch as a promotion. The first 10 people, I'm going to give you the watch at $999. Then you tier it out saying, okay, from 11 through, let's call it 30, the watch is $14.99. And then from 30 on up, the watch is $19.99, for instance, because you know your retail value is going to be $3,500. Okay? So that's what you would want to do. You want to tier it up so those who get in early, they help you. Now, you set up a goal and you say, okay, I need 600 times 10, that's $6,000, right? So you say the goal is $6,000 because you know you can make your 10 watches at that point. If you go above 10,000, then it's all good. But what you really want is $6,000, $6,500, and now you make your 10 watches. And in your platform, when you set it up, you tell people it's going to take 3 to 5 months before you receive your item. And then you give them updates as you call the company and say, hey, where am I standing? They tell you, hey, it's going to take us 3 months. Well, you say, okay, but after a month, you check in with the company, see what the progress is. Then you post on your page saying, okay, they're progressing along, making our stuff. You might have a couple of pictures showing it, and you're saying, all right. And then at the end of 3 months, or whenever the watches get sent to you, you have them in-house, and now you can sell them. You know, you give them to the people that actually backed you. And that's GoFundMe. Let's hear. Crowdfund. Indiegogo. See, here we go right now. Somebody's doing a watch right now, a smartwatch on Indiegogo. Speaking of the devil. All right? And as you can see, a bunch of other things. So again, here are people. Okay, I'll just click on it so you guys can get an idea of what we're talking about here. Because everybody, a friend of mine in the music business, he was on Indiegogo to fund their pressing up of CDs, whatever they were doing, the production cost. And so he promised everybody signed pictures, signed, autographed by members of the group on the CD, and a few other things. I can't remember what it was, but it was only for those people who actually backed him in the Indiegogo campaign. And so everybody else who never even knew about the Indiegogo campaign would not have these features or these luxury items that he included, because you helped them out with a few dollars. All right, so here you can see Amazfit X is a smartwatch. They're touting what it does. You see the pictures, and all these pictures, like in this case, I have pictures from the manufacturer showing my watch. So all I had to do was copy them and then use them. They're actually, you know, showing it. So it's no big deal. It's not like I had to go create these images. The watchmaker created the images for me to show me what my watch was going to look like, because we're picking the hand colors, we're picking the dial colors, we're picking the background of the dial. So all that, they have to send me pictures before I order. So I didn't have to send them any money whatsoever, because they have to mark up stuff to make sure I want to even do business with them. So that's how easy it is. And I see right here, because I'm not logged in, that I guess they're not giving me the campaign. But if you log in, then you'll see how most people do their campaign. So there's Indiegogo. The first one that most people heard of back in the day was Kickstarter. So Kickstarter is the same way. And as you can see, from art to design to film to food craft, you can fund damn near anything. That's the beauty of these crowdfunding situations. And again, you're just setting it up for what you may need, and then you make sure you get your product to the persons, to your backers. All right? That's what they really are. They're backing you and believe in you. So you want to make sure you get your product out to them on time, fast, no delay. All right? And then you start your business while they're making your product. You're making your website. You're making sure you have your LLC, your business, and everything in order. Because once this goes off and people start receiving it, you are in business. And you can be in business before the watch is finished being made. Because if you had your website built, you can now put on your website coming in July 2020. Order yours today at a discount. You follow what I'm saying? You turn your website into a potential of making money based on the fact and traffic coming to your website now. So now you start marketing early, letting people know, and then you update showing one design maybe every other week if you had like 10 watches or something, you know, just leaking out a little information here or there and then letting people know what's going on. So all these kind of things is what I'm talking about. You don't need any credit. You don't need any statements. You don't need any bank statements. You don't need anything to show. This is no credit check, no nothing. All right? So what I'm talking about here is you don't even need to build business credit for any of these crowdfunding sources. There that funds things. Yeah, I understand. Luckily, we live in America. And when you live in America, you can damn near buy everything. So if you want a website, you know the deal. Go down below and click on the link for Fiverr. Because Fiverr, as everybody knows, I've talked about it before. Look at here. You got people, of course they're going to help you with crowdfunding page. And that's the beauty of online marketing. The millennials, why they don't need a job, because they've figured out the hack. I have a product. I can go talk to an influencer who has, like this lady here, 300K fans or followers, I'm assuming. She's just going to post it up on her page. She's taking money for it, starting at $5. Here we go. Pay her $5. She posts a link on her. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to click on it, but it could be Instagram. It could be Facebook. It could be anywhere. She's going to post it up, and that's how people find out. Now, of course, you would hope she's in your same genre, or maybe you don't care if she's in your same genre. If it's only going to cost you $5, $10, $15, I wouldn't. So you post up your offering. Now she's sending people over to your page, your crowdfunding page. Here's another guy. I'll help you promote. Get a package through him. Here's another. I mean, this is on Fiverr. Here's another guy starting at $35. He's done some work apparently. So again, these are the choices you have. You don't even have to do anything. That's the beauty of America. That's the beauty of the internet. Even if you know nothing, as long as you have an idea and know where to get people who can help you, that's part of being an entrepreneur. That's part of being a leader. That's part of being a boss. You can't say I know it all, because nobody knows it all. You have to say I'm willing to learn, or I'm willing to pay somebody to help me out. That's your choices. Or you can fumble about and say, okay, try it yourself for nothing except your time. But is it really is $50, $25, $10 worth your time if it only costs that much? Why waste all your day trying to figure out how I'm going to do this crowdfunding when they have people that are willing to do it for you for 20, 30, $40? Even this guy right here starting at $200. Is it really worth your time to build all this stuff out? And on Fiverr, you can go down here and get somebody to build your website for $5, $10, $20. Okay? Here's another guy starting at $45. And look, he has all of them. Kickstarter, Indiegogo, all WND. All these people are on here that he's helping out. Kickstarter, Indiegogo, another person. So again, if somebody told me, hey, I'm going to do your crowdfunding for you, this is what I'm doing. I'll give you the story. I ended up not doing the watch, even though I had the coolest name. It was going to be called Eric Bird Swiss Watches, otherwise known as EB Swiss. EB Swiss actually means something. So I let the website name go. The GoDaddy, who had my website name, took it, and they wouldn't release it back to me, but now they have it on their website trying to sell the name for like $4 grand, $5 grand, $7 grand. It's unbelievable how snakes take people's stuff. So instead of releasing it back, the domain name back to anybody, these guys are holding it to sell it for $7,000. I think it went up to $7 grand. It's crazy. But anyhow, that's a whole nother story. So but I never did a website. I never started this, and there's a reason why. But anyhow, this is how you get yourself funded with no money out of your pocket, except if you want to let somebody else do it, so be it. And I would hope if you're going to do some business, you have to think, I'm willing to spend $20. I'm willing to spend $30 to get started. I mean, this is the business of business. Even though I always say try to get in for zero if you can. Let's face it, zero, $30, $40, $50 to me for a potential to make thousands. If you're going to spend $200 for a potential to make thousands, what kind of nonsense is that? You would do that, right? Just like when I'm talking about the Business Credit Builder program for $14.99, if somebody said, hey, I'm going to give you $1,500, but now I can get business funding for the rest of my life for 20 grand, 30 grand, 100 grand, 200 grand, for all my companies, 500 grand, is 1,500 worth it? Of course. But people don't think of it that way. Just like you don't think of education as having a positive effect on your life, because all you're doing is reading. All you're doing is taking tests. All you're doing is studying. It has no direct correlation to making money. But when you invest in yourself, you are going to make money later, because now you have knowledge that you didn't have before. So let's go. I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes, but it is never going to happen lately, because I'm trying to give y'all game. This is the game of life, and it's the game of what the one percenters are doing while you're sleeping. And the millennials, of course, because they're on this, they grew up in this era, and they're using all these tools, and they're killing it. So all I'm saying is get on board the train. Content, data, marketing, your life. Let's move on. PayPal. If anybody has PayPal revenue coming in on a constant basis, every week, every other day, whatever the case may be, PayPal working capital, you can get a loan. No qualifications necessary. They're basing it on your revenue. So if you have, let's just say $1,000 a week coming in for like the last year on average. So you have revenue of $50,000. That'll be good enough. In fact, I don't even know if they have a minimum, but all I do know is you have to have revenue coming in on a constant basis. And you can see here, no credit check. Funding is in a matter of minutes, and your payments is ridiculous. It's not even coming out of your pocket. So this is what they're basing it on. They have to base it on you have this $1,000 coming in every week. You get to determine if you're going to have 10% taken out, 15% taken out, or like 25% taken out. So let's just keep it simple. 10% coming out means $100. So every week when the $1,000 hits your account, or if it's partial payments, they're taking out 10%. So instead of you getting 1,000, you're going to get 900, and this is how you pay back your loan. They usually give you like a year and a half. So this is what they base it on. And of course, they're going to base on when you apply, they know you only make $50,000 a year. So don't be thinking that you're going to get a $50,000 loan, because you're not going to be able to pay that back in 18 months. So more than likely, you can start doing the calculations. $100, $400 a month times 18 equals what? Okay, and then they're probably going to say, yeah, we'll give you a $6,000 loan, and then they add a fee. It'll probably be like, I don't even know, $1,000. So they'll say you owe $7,000. That's their fee, $1,000, and then that's it. You're going to pay them every time people pay you. And then, of course, if you make more money, you pay it off sooner. And then you can reapply again. No credit check. All you need is revenue going through your PayPal account. PayPal working capital. You don't need business credit. You don't need anything. You just have to have your PayPal account, business account set up. That's simple, ladies and gentlemen. All right. What more can we talk about? It's business funding. Let's keep going then. Cabbage. Cabbage works the same way. Cabbage even has a referral program. So I should sign up, because I'm going to have a link down below for Cabbage. K-A-B-B-A-G as in George E. They work similar to the PayPal working capital. Same kind of thing. They have to have revenue showing that it's coming in. Okay? All these guys are basing it on revenue. So, you're in business, you're making money, you can get loans. This is like the no docs, except they're going to request docs. But this is major. So don't think that you have to build business credit right away. You can start building your business credit and getting funded using other methods. That's what this video is all about. And then now let's go to something that is very interesting, because a lot of people want to be in real estate. And M-Bank has started this self-employed borrowers and investors. They've started something where they're doing I shouldn't say no credit check, but what I'm trying to say is stated income. So if I can say that I made $1 million, see, no income check, qualify with rental income, see, Airbnb properties, okay, purchase up to 80% loan to value. This is kind of major. But look at, you need a FICO score of 700. And again, multifamily properties, you do need 20%. Like I was telling you, 25%, 20%, you're going to have that from somewhere. And if you have a home already, because this is what people never tell you, this is for a home. This has nothing to do with business. You have a home and you have a primary residence. Soon as you try to buy another house, that is a secondary residence. And again, you're going to need 20, 25% down if you're going a second residential route. So don't believe the hype about I'm just going to buy a house, put down 0 or 5%. Then I'm going to buy another house and put down 0 or 5%. I'm going to buy another. That's not going to happen. Let's get real. Okay? This is the no guru zone. We ain't promised you all this fairy tales and Wizard of Oz crap. All right? So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. You can get funding. What can I tell you? If you have any questions, just hit me up. Eric at StopStrugglingNow.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And you know it's hard out here. It's getting harder and harder every day. And for some of us, it's really not. Because the fact that the feds are printing money like it's going out of style, that just means inflation is going to rise. Which means the cost of living is going to rise. Which means whoever has the least amount of expenses right now and makes money from those expenses or debt, you're going to win. Because imagine the same thing that costs $10 now costs $15 later, but yet you're still reaping profits based on buying at $10. This is why you want to get yourself some precious metals right now. Because when there is inflationary situation and when it does occur, the value rises. And so you won't lose money, so to speak. So just a little, $100 here, $150 there, every little paycheck, get yourself something. APMEX, SD Bullion, those are the spots. Anything you order over $100 is free shipping. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Emerging Millionaire t-shirt coming out in the next 24, 48 hours. I shot a preview on the community page and on Facebook, one of the images, but that's not going to be the final image. The final image is done. I have it, and it's going to be released probably tomorrow because I think I'm picking up the shirt today. So again, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. Keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.